What's up? How's everyone doing today? Good. It's been too long. I've been busy doing a lot of stuff the past couple days, to the point where, as you guys can tell, this was supposed to be done last week. I was supposed to get this done before my China trip so that Kieran would have time to color it. That's not going to happen anymore. Con is on Saturday, and I'll be hard-pressed just to even get the ink work done. Now, we'll see what happens. I might even try to color this myself, depending on how much time I have later today. But we'll see. We'll see. How is everyone doing today? So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try to finish this today. Yeah, try to finish and then see if my printer can rush me some for the weekend, because it's foolish for me not to finish the Devastator before the weekend. Even if it's just the black and white version of it. So I'm leaving money on the table. So I'll let you guys know how it's gonna go. I'm only gonna go for roughly about a little less than 2 hours. A little bit less than 2 hours. And then because I have somewhere to go and then I'll be gone for about 3 hours or so. I have to go downtown for something special, which I can't really tell you guys about yet. I'll let you guys know what's going on a little bit later. And then pretty much just stay here till this ink work is done. And possible even, I'm going to try to color it. I'm going to try to color it myself. We'll see. Like, I'm not as fast as other colorists, but I have a plan in mind, and I'm hoping with the black ink, like most of the rendering would be done, but we'll see how that goes. So, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Just taking a look at the chat here very, very quickly before I begin. Let me go all the way up to the top just to see who's here. Brain Gamer, how you doing? Garrick, good. How you doing? All right, Movies is here. How you doing, buddy? My buddy M's here. Helios James is here. Corrupted. Oh, by the way, to you guys who won the contest, they're all wrapped. I just need to drop them in the mail. Okay, so I probably will be doing that tomorrow. I'm gonna head over to the post office tomorrow. So I'm hoping I could pick my prints up and then drop off the pack. So every one of you who won a prize, those are done. Your addresses on them and everything. I just need to put them in the mail, so that will go out tomorrow. I apologize to all you guys for the delay. But just saying, who else is here? Elijah's here. Jerry's here. Garrett's here. How you doing, Garrett? Garrett Polk. How you doing? Welcome. James Camel. All right. All right, Movies got some of my old comics. There you go. I'm doing well, Elijah. I'm doing well. Thank you, Garrett. Thank you so much. Moving Pencil, good morning. Ninja Castle, afternoon in the UK. It's a good time. Afternoon in the UK is pretty good. Eric's here. How you doing, buddy? Narantix, good morning. PJ, how you doing, buddy? Corrupted, how you doing, my friend? Thank you so much, Elijah. Thank you. James, UK is lit. How you doing, buddy? Helios, Nathan, my buddy. How you doing, brother? Looking forward to signing your comic book this weekend, my friend. Narantix, I'm doing good. Doing good. Morrison, how you doing, my friend? All right, Movies, do I ever do line thickness? I always do line thickness, my friend. Again, guys, this is just the base. This is nowhere near done. So, let's see. Eric can't stay, but thank you for stopping by. Let's see here. Hey, Fernando, how you doing, my friend? Andre, how you doing? And don't worry, Andre, it'll be in the mail tomorrow. Mail tomorrow, okay, my friend? Mail tomorrow. Let's see here. Let's see. Fernando says, congratulations on the China presentation, which was a ton of fun. I'll tell you guys about that. Ty, how you doing? Emmy, how you doing? Willie, how you doing? Murat, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, Murat? Good to see you. Captain Waffle is here with the best name right there. Ninja Castle, how you doing? Good. So I look good in China. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm hoping they're gonna invite me back for the for Shanghai Comic-Con, but we'll see. Though, I'll be honest with you, due to my meeting that I'm having later today, I might not be able to go, but we'll see. Though my China presence is growing, and it makes sense, because it makes a lot of sense that, because China is a market that, and let's be honest, it's a looks thing. I have an advantage just because I look, I am Asian, and my facial, they like me because my facial features, I look very Chinese. In that sense, even though I'm not Chinese, I'm Filipino. But what's it called. So there's opportunity there. Let's just say that, a lot of opportunity there. So we'll see. I'm gonna have a bigger Asian presence. I'm hoping advantage I have over a lot of people, but it's all about whether I take advantage or not of it. So so there you go. Thank you very much, Jay. Thank you very much. Let's see. Moving Pencil landed a huge corporate client. Congratulations, my friend. There you go. Elijah is writing a movie. You think I could draw for something for you one day? Well, we'll see, Elijah. Like I'm extremely busy, guy. Especially after my meeting today. Let's just say that after my meeting today, I might be extremely busy. So I'll tell you guys more about that when I can, once everything's locked down. But we will see here. So let me let's go back here. So I'm gonna get going on this Devastator here. So again, I'm gonna try to rush this today. Now I'm only going for an hour and 50 minutes. I have to leave here around. What's it called? I still have to get ready and stuff. I have to leave here no later than 12:30. Leave my house around 12:30 my time, which is about an hour and a bit. So, and I have to get ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the initial line work. Then I'm going to go into the blacks. And then I'm going to go to the detailing. And then I'm going to separate. So I'm going to see if I could get these arms done for this particular session here. I'll be actually very happy if I could get the arms done. And even if I could start laying out the blacks here. It would be great if I could do that. So we'll see. Let's see here. Let's see here. You guys are asking about iPad Surface Pro. I'll be honest with you, I don't draw on tablets. Or like Surface Pro tablets. I do draw on tablets. Like Wacom's. And even big Wacoms. My Wacom at work, or my old work, it was bigger than this. That's how big the Wacom was. But I never worked on Cintiqs or actually drawn directly to computer. So I'm not the best guy to ask about that. So what is my time? Right now is 10:12 in the morning right now. Manga Studio. Best for comics. Yep. Yeah, again, guys, I'm not too familiar with comic making, what's it called? Software. So, all right. So let me just tell you guys exactly what happened in China there. So I got contacted, I'd see roughly around, say back in May. That's when I got contacted by them. Now, as you guys know, I went to China last year for Cybertron Con, which was amazing. It was a lot of fun. And they really enjoyed the way I handled my presentation. My presentations over there. You know, we did the panel with my buddy Alex Milne and Sarah and John. We did panels over there, and then they really liked how I handled those panels, and they liked how the videos that I showed during the panels. So they suggested me to this convention. Now, it's not a full comic book convention. It is a cartooning and gaming convention. So there wasn't that much comics there. Marvel did have a presence over there, and CB Sabuski was there, but I didn't have much of a comic book presence over there. So so they asked ReedPop for suggestions on who they could bring to come and talk about comics, and they suggested me. That's why I went there. So I didn't ask if any of my buddies would be going. I just want to make sure I could go first. And turned out, no, none of my buddies went. It was just me. They just brought me in from faraway lands. So yeah, I'm actually very humbled that they thought I was worth bringing over, and honestly, just to talk. They weren't even planning on giving me a booth over there. They just wanted me to come and do a presentation for them. And I said, you know, since I'm here, is it possible if I could get a booth? So they did eventually give me a booth. So yeah, so they brought me all the way there, paid all that money for me to be there, just so I could give a 30-minute talk to the general fans that were there. So I'm very humbled that they thought I was worth that. So that's what I did. That's what I did over there, and that's why it was very short. My time there was extremely short. Like literally, I left. As you guys know, I left on Thursday, and I got back Monday afternoon. Right, so it was really, really a whirlwind of a trip. And I'll be honest too, I never got adjusted. I never got adjusted to the time difference. You know, I was so tired when I was actually in the con itself, and then I couldn't sleep when I was at the hotel. So not definitely not enough time to get adjusted to. You know, I did all the tricks that people suggest. You know, try to stay up. You know, all the tricks people suggest so that you know you wouldn't be affected by the jet lag. But you know, by the time, I'll be honest, by the time Sunday rolled around, I'm like, you know what? There's no point trying to adjust. I'm going back home the next day, and I'm gonna have to readjust back to Toronto time. So it didn't matter really. So it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun for sure. I met a lot of great people over there. Some I saw from before. I'm not sure if he's here, but my buddy Logan, who I met the year before, he was there. They were the only other Marvel artist that some of you might recognize is a guy named Billy Tan. I'm not sure if any of you guys recognize that name. Longtime Marvel Top Cow artist, but he lives in Shanghai, so they didn't fly anyone else in for that particular reason, except for me. Again, that's why I'm extremely humbled that they decided that I was worthy to bring in for that. So, hold on one second, guys. Let me just make sure I'm recording here. I'm recording here. Yep, I'm recording. Okay. So, thank you to Reed Pop and thank you to CCG for bringing me over there. So, I did hint that because you know my visa, I had to actually go get a China visa. You know, like you can't just get up, buy a ticket, go to China. I need to get a visa approved. That it's good for 6 months. So they have the opportunity to bring me back. They do have Shanghai Comic Con in, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's in November. But they never asked me, so I'm hoping that maybe they will ask me since I already had the visa. But they, you know. But the presentation went really well, really well. I think the people really enjoyed it for what it was. So yeah, it was great experience all around. So again, guys, if you haven't seen, you can watch. My friend filmed the whole presentation. That's up on my second channel, youtube.com/JamesRays. You can check that out there. And of course, the highlights that you guys, if you guys haven't seen that, that's on this particular channel. I apologize for the rough quality of it. I decided not to bring my DSLR. That's why it was like that. So I filmed everything on my phone, so I didn't even have a microphone with me. That's why it was not as crisp or clear as my other videos. So, and now I'm thinking maybe I should have brought my DSLR. So, hey, next time if I go to the other Comic-Con, we'll see how that goes. But that was my trip. So when I got back on the Monday, I had some things I needed to take care of right away. So, and then I have all these little things I had to get out of the way. So I wasn't able to do much drawing the past few days. So now I have TFCon in a couple days on Saturday and Sunday. I still have 2, possibly 3 major commissions still to do for those days. So I'll do those live for you guys. So probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's an all commission day, so you can watch me do commissions. One of them might actually be a Devastator, but we'll see. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun, guys. So hopefully they'll bring me back. I love Shanghai. Shanghai is great. And we were talking about potential of me doing some business in Shanghai, in the China area. So I'm trying to build up my social media presence there. In China, they don't have Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, any of that stuff. They don't have anything. They don't have Google over there. They have their own. They have their own apps that they use over there. If you guys didn't know, right? So I'm trying to make my presence known on their app. So they don't even have YouTube over there. The only way you could get YouTube is if you have a VPN blocker over there. So So they don't watch my YouTube channel, but so I'm thinking about making a channel on their YouTube equivalent. It's called Youku. That's their YouTube equivalent. And I met some of the workers over there. Great people, great people. So we'll see. We'll see. It's very, very interesting times, my friends. Very, very interesting times. So. So, other than that, yeah. Let's see here. Hi, it's me again. How you doing, my friend? Am I going to go do MegaCon in Tampa Bay? Probably not, Red Falcon. Probably not. I'd love to, but I'll admit, guys, I'm rethinking the whole. I'm trying to think if cons are actually valuable or not. They are good for a little bit extra money, but I'm trying to think if the all that effort, all that travel, all that expense going to a certain place, if it's actually worth it now. I am going to be hitting up some Canadian cons this year, but that's more to go with my buddy Jonathan, who we're still working on those podcasts. And that podcast isn't up yet, guys. We are working on trying to figure out the best method, because we are looking around at different avenues to release the podcast right now. Like, you should be able to get them eventually very, very soon on your favorite podcatchers. But we're just working out which one to go with, and we're weighing our options right now. So, and we want to get a few more in the can first before. So, hi, Mahilo, how you doing, buddy? Hi, AJ, how you doing? Boy, hi, Seth. Yeah, so yeah, we'll see how that goes, guys. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's work on the arm here. Looking at this, I might want to add more. Think about adding more details here. But I might do that a little bit later because, well, I already added some. He's looking at this. I'm looking at some toy reference photos here, and looking at some of the details. It's actually highly detailed. These toys, they are very, very detailed. I could always add more later, right? I could always add little bits of detail here and there later. I might as well get the shells done first. Have I ever heard of CG Spectrum? PJ asked. No, I have not, buddy. I have not. Where's that one? Where's that? So, the fun part though, but doing all those commissions. If you haven't seen the commissions I did during CCG, you can check those out on my Instagram. I forgot to bring my favorite tool. The French curve. I forgot to bring it, and so I had to do all my lines pretty much freehand. And I'm not sure if it actually went faster. It might have after a while, after I got used to it. Though, of course, all the lines were nowhere near as crisp as if I did them with the T-square, or the T-square, the French curve. So, one day you will, Elijah. One day you will. There you go. See, online digital media school might be taking up their concept art course and play some today. Good for you, PJ. I think you'll have a bit more fun. Like, I'll be honest with you, both are probably valuable, but of course, the concept art school is. If there's one you'd rather take at night school, it's probably the business school. So, let me see if I could get my T-square here, or my T-square, my 1 second, my friends. 1 second. As you guys know, I love to look for my equipment whenever I'm online. Oh. What happened? Maybe that's why I didn't bring it. I couldn't find it. I cleaned up before I went. Can't find my square here. Yeah. So I should be online a lot the next few days. So let's see. Hockey the Gamer the First says nice artwork as always. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He's retraining his hands so he could draw better. Yeah, go for it. Iron Man or Captain America? I'll go Captain America. I like both equally, but I'll go with Cap. I'll go with the Captain. Captain Slog. Captain. Sorry, PJ. Sorry, PJ, you're my boy and all, but I'm not gonna lie either. I gotta go with the Cap. Oh boy. All right. Oh boy. Oh boy. James. Oh boy. Apologies for starting the war, guys, but have at it. But like James says, if it's a civil war, make it a civil war, okay? Try to draw a Grimlock from G1, please. I actually did one of those. Go check out my channel. I did one of those. I actually did that one live, too, if I'm not mistaken. I did that live. I did that for last year's TFCon, if I'm not mistaken, actually. So if you just go check out, I think I have a playlist called Convention Sketches, and you could see me do the Grimlock there. All right? Hi, Rafi. How you doing? Good night. Okay, Red Falcon's watching on his break. I hope it's a nice break. It kind of sucks without the... Hold on, guys. As you guys know, I spend 2 minutes looking for materials. What happened to my square? By the way, guys, if you haven't seen Riddy Kung's comic of me, it's pretty hilarious. I suggest go check that out if you get the chance. But tell Riddy Kung too, I'm not gonna share it until, well, I'll share it with you guys, but I'm not gonna share it on my social media until he finishes all of it. Okay, so he's got 3 pages right now. Once he's done doing all of it, then I'll go ahead and share it on my social media, because it is pretty funny. Well, of course, as long as it stays PG, of course. There you go. Marvel or DC? I gotta go with both. I know that's a cop-out answer. I know, I understand that, but it's true. It's true. I don't pick one or the other just because it's Marvel or DC. I don't, and that's just the honest truth. So. But if you guys have your favorite, go for it. If you want me to choose, how about this? Early 90s image. There you go. Early 90s image. That's it. That's the best. Am I gonna color it in? That's the plan. I will. I will do it myself. So I might even do that live if I am gonna do it. If I do feel I have time to do it, which will be like late tonight if I do it, and I'll do it live then. Okay, so to a point, Again, I'll do it live up to the point where I'm starting to use my matte painting techniques. Once that, I'm gonna shut it down, mainly because again, for the sake of my students. Okay, but regular coloring, comic coloring techniques, that's different though. So that I'm happy to share with you guys. Let's see. Everyone loves Popeye. Popeye, get that spinach. Eat that spinach. Eat that spinach. Yum. Oh. Now here's the thing, his arm feels way too small right now. I might thicken it up. What's the best part about being a teacher? Seeing the students succeed. Like in all honesty, that's the obvious answer, but it's the truest answer. When I saw my students actually go out and get jobs, and for your information, my students, my first students that I ever taught, that just graduated, a lot of them went to the same company. I'd say a good 6 or 7 of them, and all of them, those 6 or 7, they worked on Spider-Man: Homecoming. They worked on that movie. So I couldn't be prouder of them. What a first movie to work on was Spider-Man: Homecoming. So good on them. So proud of them. Which reminds me, I wanted to share that. On my Facebook. But those students earned it. They worked extremely hard. They're all extremely talented. So, and out of the entire class, I think we started off with, if I'm not mistaken, there were 14 students that went into this program when it first started, and only one of them dropped out. And that was like literally the second week, and all of them graduated, which is fantastic. And I'd say I think there's only a couple that still don't have jobs at this point, but we're hoping to find them jobs. So we'll see. How much fun did I have in China? I had a lot of fun, but I'll be honest, it was mostly all business. It was all work. Like I couldn't go out and see anything. Like I had too many things to do, right? So as much fun as it is, hanging out. I guess the funnest, like I had dinner with the 501st there. If you guys don't know who 501st is, it's a group of Star Wars fans that do cosplay. Like to stay in the 501st, you have to do at least one cosplay per year, and they're very strict about their cosplay. Like their costumes get judged, and they get and they get a pass or fail, whatever on their stuff. So I met with their Shanghai chapter. Great guys, great bunch of guys. But honestly, I didn't get about much. Though, to be honest, too, I saw a lot of the sites the last time I was there, so it didn't matter too much that I didn't get to go see all the sites while I was there. But let's be honest, again, I didn't have time. I didn't have a lot of time. My time was mostly focused on the convention and the things I have to do there. Most of the time, whenever you go somewhere for a convention, your focus is on the convention. Even after the convention, when the convention's done, like on Saturday, you're usually in your hotel room doing all commissions the whole night. That's usually what happens. So anyone will tell you that, like unless it's like a 3 day one. So usually the Friday night is the night that you go hang out with your friends, and then the Saturday night you don't go out. You stay in your hotel room and you draw all night type thing. That's usually what happens. Um, what's it called? So this at TFCon, like I even sent a tweet out to my buddies and said, "Hey, let's have dinner." But I also know that they're probably inundated. They're going to be inundated with commissions, so a lot of them will be in just drawing all night, right? So I said, "Hey, let's go find a place. Let's all draw all night instead," right? So there you go. How do I prefer? That's a good question. Positive predictions. How do I prefer the working at home compared to the office environment? Um, One thing you do lose at home is the human connection with everybody. So I do miss that. Now, that's why I do like doing it live with you guys, because I kind of get that human connection with you. Though it is different, right? Because it's like if nobody saw the computer was on, it's like I'm talking to myself for the most part. But you guys kind of scratch that itch, so to speak, of having that human interaction. Um, but for me, that's the biggest thing. Also, when people are watching you, of course, you're tending to work a little bit harder in the office environment, unless your friends are slacking off too. Then maybe not. But you won't get away with things that you're getting at home. So I wouldn't suggest to anybody working at home if they are not disciplined in that manner. If you're not very disciplined, if you find it very hard to get started working, which was me when I was doing comics actually. Not very disciplined in doing work, getting to start doing work on my own. Um, that can affect you. That could definitely affect you. So it has its pros and cons. Not everybody. I don't think everyone's built to work for themselves. It's tough. It's not like you need that drive. You need that will to say no to turning on that video game system, no to turning on the TV, no to turning on Instagram. You gotta put your head down and get to work. Right? Whew. Mm-hmm. Copic, Prismacolor, or other. Since I haven't used Copics, I'll go with Prismacolor. I have used Prismacolor markers before. See, back in the day, we didn't have Copics back in the day when I was in college. Um, Copics weren't around yet. We had Tria markers. Those were the bigger ones. Tria. Now I'm sure if Copics were out when I was in college, I would have been using Copics. But I think in theory the marker coloring theories are the same. It's just the material got better with the Copics. Copic markers. Hold on, I'm just gonna pull up some other reference here, guys, for this one arm. See back here, I'm just kind of making stuff up because it doesn't really matter back here. A lot of this will be blacked out anyway. Let's see here. Is this a piece for anyone about myself? I guess this is for myself, but I want to bring this to TFCon. That's why I'm doing it. And again, I'll tell you why, because the voice of Devastator, he's going to be there. If I have time, I'll even get this signed. Maybe I'll ask Jonathan to stand in line for me. And get this piece signed for me. But we'll see. Do I like Star Trek? I do like Star Trek. I do. And I'll be totally transparent with you guys too. You know, remember when I told you guys I was going back to work? Back then, and then that kind of fell through. It was actually to work on Star Trek. I never told you guys that. So there's a bombshell for you this morning. I was supposed to work on Star Trek Discovery, the TV show. But that fell through. I don't want to get into to details. Don't worry, nothing wrong with my relationship with the company or anything. Just things didn't work out. But that's why, if I was going back there, that's what that would have been for me to go. Let's see here. What is here's a good one. Ahmed said, "What is your piece of advice on drawing a storyboard?" The best piece of advice I could give you is concentrate on the story, if that makes sense. Don't get too involved in finishing. That's one thing I learned about when I was doing storyboards at Ubisoft. Like, yes, you know, it's nice if it's pretty, but don't put all your effort in the prettiness of your boards. Put all your effort into making the story make sense, making it read. You know, in theory, nobody's gonna see the storyboards, right? Nobody's really going to see them except for the director and everyone who's you know, working on that particular project, so they have a clear understanding of how either the movie or the video game is going to go. So you don't need to get completely finished with everything, and that was my problem because I love to finish everything, and because of that, my speed was I wasn't very fast when I was doing my storyboards when I was at Ubisoft, and they had a problem with that. So you got to prove you can make a good story. If you don't know already, learn how to do animatics, okay? Because that's a big part of doing storyboards. Learn yourself the newer software like Toon Boom. I think Toon Boom is one of the bigger storyboard softwares out there right now. But the thing about Toon Boom, it's like, why can't I do it in Photoshop? You can. Well, you could even do animatics in Photoshop, but it's not the best. It's not the best. Toon Boom is an easy way to do animatics. If you don't know what animatics is, it's pretty much taking your storyboards and making them, you know, you can set them to music. So the director can actually see how the film's gonna go. Because I'll be honest too, whenever we were doing animatics at Ubisoft, sometimes we'd even cut in pieces of other movies and stuff just so we could get a general idea of the feeling of it. We wouldn't copy the movie, but like to start off, just to get something there, we would splice in a piece of a movie, like an explosion or something like that, because nobody's going to see it, right? And then we would replace it with the actual drawing later on. sometimes, just so we knew which direction to go to, so that like the modelers can start modeling. The animators knew what direction to take. So my job was so that when what's it called? So the actors knew exactly what the director wanted in terms of the shots and all that, shot selection, even though he changed it up a lot. My director, his name was Footy. Great guy, fantastic guy. He what's it called? So he would change up a lot of stuff from my boards, which is fine. That's his job. So hold on here. Just getting you guys back up. I'm watching the thing. Helio says, do you think there's anything you still want to improve on? If so, what? Everything. I think when you're at the point where you think you can't improve on anything, that's when you lose your perception as an artist. So there's a lot of things. Like even me, there's so much I still need to learn about anatomy, and like drawing figures and humans. Even my perspective, I eyeball perspective all the time, but it's there's so much more I could learn for it. Detailing, like, again, there's so much more I need to learn. In fact, I learned a lot from my students when it came to detailing, believe it or not. I wish I was better at designing things, because I'm not the best concept designer out there. And again, I have students who wipe the floor with me with their designs, right? So it's one of those like so many things I want to improve on, so many things. And in generic, like, there are so many skills that I need to improve on as well, to the point where I'm actually thinking about taking some extra classes in the fall, just to kind of upgrade in terms of visual effects. Anyway, in terms of visual effects, just to upgrade a little bit, because technology is changing. Even when I was talking to them at Lucasfilm, the role that I play in VFX, it's changing. It is changing. It is evolving, and that's with every single role in VFX. It's changing. So, kind of the point where I'm gonna have to decide. I'm gonna have to upgrade a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the moment you're satisfied with your work, I don't think an artist ever truly is satisfied with their work. They always want to get better. There's no point where I'm like, yeah, I'm the best. No, not at all. There's always something, no matter how good you are. I don't care who you are. No matter how good you are, there's always a better way to do things. There's always a more efficient way. So posing's another one. I would love to get better in my freestyle posing. So, whole bunch of stuff I would love to get better in. And that will come with time. That's a pretty good question. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. Let's see here. Do you think there will be a time when concept artists are no longer needed? No. Concept artists are always needed. However, because that's the creative mind. However, the tools concept artists use are always going to change. Let's just say that. Like, I'll be honest. Nowadays, like, you probably can, but I can't. It's hard to become like at a level with a lot of you guys right now. It's hard to become a professional concept artist right now if you don't know ZBrush. Okay, so if any of you guys want to be a concept artist, it's not enough just to draw. It's not enough. It's not enough just to digitally paint. You need to know ZBrush. I'll guarantee that. You need to know ZBrush and some sort of 3D. Or you're at a disadvantage. Like, it's not impossible to get it right now if you don't know that, but if it came down to you and someone else who's just as talented, but they know 3D, the guy who knows 3D is getting the job. That's just the way it is. You got to work with the times. So if any of you want to be a concept artist, look into the following programs. I would say ZBrush is number one. ZBrush, look into any sort of 3D software and learn it. Any sort of 3D software. So I'd say Maya or 3ds Max. If you're going into gaming, it'd be 3ds Max. If you're going into gaming, work with those. If you don't want to use ZBrush, Mudbox is not bad either. But in all honesty, just learning any sort of sculpting program. But those would be the main ones if you want to get into concept art. But I'll guarantee you're doing yourself a favor if you want to be a concept artist to look into those different programs, okay, to learn how to use them, or you're going to be a bit behind. So what is ZBrush? It's a sculpting program. Google it. Go to YouTube, just type in ZBrush and you'll see what I mean. Again, not at this point in time, not impossible. You can get a job without it, but I'll guarantee you will have to learn it eventually. And I'll give it a couple more years. I don't think you'll be able to get a job without ZBrush. I don't think you'll be able to. ZBrush, ZBrush, however you want to do it. But you can do modeling in ZBrush, but if you also have that secondary software, it would help. So let's see here. What time do I usually stream Canada time? Depends. And it might change if everything goes down the way I think it's going down. I might be switching to the evenings, Canada time. If things stay the same, it's most likely during the day. But again, it's not regular, guys. I wish I could make it regular. It's just, I have so many things going on right now. It's very hard for me to make it regular. So it's whenever I come on, really. Let's see here. There you go. Ali created a channel so you can chat. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. There you go. All right. This is my first time talking. I love the live streams. Thank you very much, Ali. Welcome. Welcome. Have I ever drawn anything from Warhammer? No. Though I have gotten a ton of requests for Warhammer. In fact, this most detailed drawing ever series makes a lot of sense for Warhammer. It does make a lot of sense for Warhammer. So we'll see. Do I feel that uncolored comic pages looks better? It depends, Ahmed. It really depends. For my stuff, usually I'd say roughly around 80% of the time it looks better uncolored. 80% of the time. Because I have people, like sometimes a lot of my details get lost whenever the color comes. So it's just what happens, really. Great question. Great question. There you go. Can I draw a character from Injustice 2? Fumasu. I would say Plasma Cutin Lord. Plasma Cutin Lord. Can I draw a character from Injustice 2? Probably. Yeah, that'd be fun. What was the book you recommend about learning comic books? There's a few. Again, Understanding Comics got to be my number one. Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. It's an old book. It's an old book. It must be over 20 years old right now, but the principles are the same in that sense. Okay, so Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud, and if you want just a regular one, you can't go wrong with the classic How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. It's a classic, and a lot of what's there, Sal Buscema, Stanley, a lot of what's there is still applicable today. So, what happened to the Overwatch series? Still working on it, my friend. I had to stop that for a bit. I will get back on it because everyone's been asking me to get back on it. My buddy, he was supposed to color it, but I might take it away from him because he's, he seems so busy working on other things. So, I'm gonna switch him off projects. So, I'm gonna get somebody else to finish the colors for that. So I'm hoping to have. Here's the thing. Let's try to finish it by Fan Expo, which is about 8 weeks from now. So I'm gonna try to finish the whole thing by Fan Expo. Let's do that. Let's bring the series back. Let's bring it back. Here, guys, I'm just adding stuff just for the sake of adding things. Elijah, I'm not sure I understand your question here. He said, what should you do if you movie write? I'm not sure what that means. If you write a movie, or if you want to get your scripts out there, is that what you're asking? Now, for those of you who want to be screenwriter, like again, I'm not a writer, but I do have experience talking with people who are screenwriters. It's very hard to get your stuff noticed. Like billions of people want to be screenwriters, and if you go into, I remember Pat, when I was working with Pat Lee, he was talking about how he would go into an executive office and his shelves were lined with scripts, what's called thousands of different scripts. That lot are in what we call development hell, meaning that they were greenlit but they never get produced, or some that weren't even greenlit at all. It's a hard market to break into, the script writing, and it's also hard if you're just doing it off your own name. So to the point where I guarantee if you're trying to write a script, if you're trying to do a script, it'd be very hard to pick for a major studio to pick it up if you are an unknown in that case. And if you are an unknown, if your idea is good, just the way Hollywood works, sometimes they'll even just steal it, man. I've heard stories where people just steal ideas left, right, and center. It's not the easiest business to get into the world. If you have an idea that you think is the bomb, that you think will work, you might be better off trying to produce it yourself. In that sense, though it's not an easy endeavor, it's very costly, but it's hard to get into those Hollywood meetings without an agent. You would need an agent to do that, and at the same time, it's very hard to get an agent if you aren't an established published writer, too. So that's a big thing. So I would suggest to you try to get yourself some published work. Not necessarily your script, but whether that be a comic book series or just something. Get yourself a following. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. I find that to try to break into like script writing and all that, that's a lot harder than actually getting into art, to be honest with you. So but honestly, that's my 2 cents from working with some guys who actually sold scripts. It's not easy without that in. It's not easy, not impossible, but not easy. I don't know anyone who actually got in without, like, for example, at least comic book writing experience, professional comic book writing experience. So I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be the best guy to talk about that. So there might be great examples of those. So I just wouldn't know. I just wouldn't know them. So you would have to do your research. I honestly can't, Elijah. I wish I could help you with that, but I just can't. I don't know anybody that could help you out. I'm the wrong guy to talk to, my friend. Wrong guy to talk to. Because as you know, I'm also developing my own stuff too. But you know, as much as it'd be cool to get Hollywood to take a look at it, I know they're not even going to take a sniff at it until I release it in some form. So, but in all honesty, me doing my own IP, if I did it just for the sake of, oh, so I'm doing this so Hollywood would pick it up, I'm probably traveling around the wrong road there and the wrong reason to do it. I'm going to put out the IP because same reason why I do art, because it makes me happy. I'm putting out my own creation because it makes me happy, right? If people will like it, great. If they don't like it, great. You know, I'm doing it for me, not for them. So, let's see. Have you had an idea for a comic book? Where can I go to make it? You know anything about that, James? If I have an idea for a comic book, where can I go to make it? You would, again, you would have to. The only way is to self-publish it, Grimjaw. That's the only way. You would have to try to find. You would probably have to collab with somebody. If you can't draw, you would have to collab with somebody. So go on sites like I don't know if digital webbing is still up. That used to be a website where artists and writers can connect. A place called Digital Webbing. But you would have to do that groundwork. You would have to find those artists. Find an artist who's willing to, like, either you're going to pay them or if you want them to work on spec, you got to find someone who's willing to work on spec, and they got to believe in your idea, especially if you're not an established writer. And to be honest, nowadays, artists, if you're not an established writer, it's tough for them to agree just to work with anybody, right? So, again, like, not to discourage you guys, but just to tell you guys the reality of becoming a writer, it's not an easy road to... It's not easy to find collaborators unless, one, you know them personally, or if you're not an established writer yourself, you know what I mean? So, let's see. Should you work for free to start out, Ali? I love that question because it's a question I get a lot. Here's the deal. Don't just work for free for anybody, okay? And if you do work for free, do it with the expectation that if they want more from you, that you will have to get paid either way. But sometimes you have no choice in that sense. Now, if you're not willing to, again, I tell people, if you're not willing to work for free for somebody else, then work free for yourself first. Meaning, do your samples for yourself. Work your butt off on your samples and get those up on your Instagram, Twitter, whatever, your social media every single day. And I'm talking to every day where somebody can see it. So you're doing that free work for yourself. I would not do free work for any writer unless without the assurance that it will be published, that it's actual published work. So with a reputable company, in all honesty with you, reputable company, like if they say that they're going to do it and distribute it themselves, I'm kind of weary about that because I've seen people get burned with that before. So you're going on that promise that they're going to be actually self-publishing these things. So Marvel, DC, they don't do free work. They don't do anything like that. So you're off with, trying to find writers, trying to find established writers who have properties that, you could say you could bring to life. You'll do it for free as long as it's published, right? As long as they've published. So that's the slippery slope that you go under. I would work for free if it is the right circumstances where it's going to lead to something, where it's going to lead to something. All right? Don't just blindly work for free for anybody. Like, be selective too. Like, and you learn as you go along. Like, I've done a lot of free work for different YouTube channels with the hope of getting exposure from them. Some it worked out, some it didn't. And I'm talking about pretty hefty channels, like really big channels. Again, some it worked, some it didn't really. Even though they had millions of subscribers, not the turnover wasn't that as much as you would think, to the point where, for me, it's not worth it. As fun as it was doing those things I was doing for them, it's not really worth it for me to go ahead and continue doing those things. I mean, not that they're not great guys, they are, but I could be using my time better elsewhere. You know what I mean? So, let's see here. You have a friend that is happening, like more work to do, work with them at first. Yeah. I have a friend that is happening to him. I feel bad. Yeah. Because you also have those people who just can't say no. It's not in them to say no to certain things, and I do feel bad for those type of people. But if you're going to be in this type of business, you got to learn how to say no, guys. You do. It's tough. And that's going to be one of my podcast topics, and even an Ask the Artist topic, is when and how to say no to certain things. So, or when is the right time to say no? What if they do ask you to do things that aren't art related? That's an interesting one. It depends what it is. Again, young critic doesn't like the glasses. There you go. James likes doing art drops. Yep, that's fun. Though I'll be honest, I'm totally rethinking the convention thingy though. Just to be honest with you guys, like, you might get one or two. Like, and this is from my experience doing conventions. Like, if you don't need the money, okay. So conventions are good to make money, right? If you want to go there, try to make some money, extra coin helps. It helps a lot. But in terms of trying to get exposure, like I think to myself, would you get more exposure if you just spend your effort online, as opposed to doing those things? So it's one of those things. Wanted DK says, is that ZBrush program for free? No, though I do think you could get a trial version at the very least. So it's definitely not for free, because that's industry standard. It's like Photoshop. It's not free, right? So Glitchy Hostile, how you doing? Welcome, my friend. There you go. Let's see here. Is YouTube a good way to get out there? It is, but it's hard to promote on YouTube. It really is. Especially now, there's so much out there in terms of YouTube. There's so much in terms of people trying to be on YouTube that it's very easy for people to get lost in the noise with YouTube. You got to be very, very patient with it. Just like everything else, you got to, it takes time. YouTube takes time. Now, the easiest way to get exposure, not exposure, but yeah, get your project out there would be through Facebook and Facebook ads. If there was a so-called faster way to do things, that's what I would suggest to you. If you have a few dollars, spend those few dollars, even if it's like $10 or $20, and run Facebook ads against those who would be interested in your type of property that you're trying to sell. I think it's much easier to grow on Facebook than it is on YouTube. Just for that fact, if you're willing to spend a bit of money on Facebook ads. Now, I'm with you, I have spent my fair share on ads, Facebook ads, though I haven't been concentrating my Facebook recently. So my growth kind of stagnated on Facebook. So it all depends. It all depends. But it can be, for sure. But the best part about YouTube, again, free. It's free. But also, it comes with the expectations of free. Nothing happens overnight. And those who do have those so-called overnight growths, they've probably been grinding for a long time. And those who don't, who haven't been grinding for a long time, you're talking about the minority of people. So don't think just because you think your property is the best that it's going to happen to you. Expect the opposite. It's going to take time to grow on YouTube, right? So, Art and Naza, the 31-day challenge video. I apologize for that, guys. I probably won't hold another contest like this again. It's just too much work for me. I will be contacting you next week, okay? Now I keep saying that next week, next week, next week. It'll have to be next week. I will contact you personally next week if you got through. And again, if you guys weren't, if you did not complete it, even though as ambitious as you were, if you did not complete what you said you were going to complete with the very, very first video, and we have proof of that, because we recorded down everything you guys said, then you did not get through. Okay? If you, like 95% completed, you did not get through. And though, just because I have to stick with the rules, because then where do I draw the line? Where do I draw the line? Right? So, if you are not contacted next week, then you did not get through. Or if we don't contact you to clarify certain things. Because Mark, I believe Jonathan contacted some of you to clarify some of the things you did. And he didn't receive a response. If you do not respond to Jonathan's email, you do not get through. All right? There you go. Not necessarily, James. It's worked for me. People say Facebook ads are a scam. I don't think so. It worked for me, and I've seen it work. So it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's up to you if you want to spend your money or not. I've actually achieved a lot of success with them. So you can read those articles if you want to believe them. Fantastic, you know, good for you. But absolutely, but nothing beats actual experience. And I've worked with Facebook ads a lot over the past year, and I have achieved a lot of you know, growth with it. And again, it's one of those things where if you just try it once or twice, you're not getting the full benefit of it. You need to try it more than that, for sure. And okay, so it's up to you. Up to you. If you think it's a scam, by all means, you know, don't use them, for sure. All I can say is it worked for me. I don't work for Facebook. Okay. And I need a... I think I'm going to go pick up a new French curve. Well, here's the thing, James. I'm not actually looking at the paid followers. I'm actually looking at the organic followers. Because it's not the ones that see it that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the ones who saw it, then shared it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The paid views I don't really care about, because anybody, like 3 seconds, anyone can stop for 3 seconds. It's the organic reach that I'm looking at. So that's what I'm referring to. Okay, all right. So for me, it's working. Now for other people, might not work. Depends on your content too. It's not just it's a guarantee. It also depends on your content as well. So. That's why I'll stick up for the Facebook ads a little bit. But again, guys, do your research. It's up to you. But I would also just suggest, well, you know, if you want to try it, if you have a few extra dollars, doesn't hurt to try it. Doesn't hurt to try it. Fancy man, I'm only going for another, say, 45 minutes. Okay, so did you send a link to my 31-day challenge, Nathan? I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I don't know. So again, guys, next week, and then I'll even give the assignments next week. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, those who got through the 31-day challenge, I will be giving you an assignment to draw. You will send that to me. I will arrange all the winners. And give you a deadline too. And the deadline will I'll probably give you to the end of July to get your figure done. And then you send that to me. I will arrange it myself. And then I'm going to ink it. Okay? And I will also promote whatever, you know, you want to promote at the same time, right? So let's see here. Can you do that with Instagram? Now, Instagram is tricky. I don't have that much success with Instagram. I've tried a few Instagram ads, and they have not worked out as well as I thought. To me, the Facebook ad actually worked a lot better than the Instagram ad. I'm not sure why, but I tried both, and it seems like, and I'm always trying to put my best stuff out there, right? It just seems that the Instagram didn't catch on as much. So I might do a little bit more experimenting with it, depending on if I have the cash for it or not. So again, a lot of this stuff, guys, only do it if you have the cash. If you don't have the cash, don't bother. Try to do it organically. Just concentrate on putting stuff out consistently and trying to share everywhere you can. I don't want to go further on these. You know why? Because you see these lines here? They're horrible. I want to... maybe I'll go into black and then do some detailing before I leave today. But we'll see. You can put ads on Instagram. It's not easy though. Yeah, Instagram ads don't work as well. They just don't. Well, again, depends, and it depends on the content too. Maybe it's just on my content's not catching, but in terms of the measurables, it's a little bit tougher. So, what do I use for artwork? Are you talking about materials I use there, Elijah? Okay, I'm gonna start inking inside here, just because I'm looking at this. The line quality is horrible, so I'm just gonna go in this. I'm probably gonna pick up another French curve on the way home, and then realize where my other French curves are. Now it's all about me trying to figure out where the lighting is gonna go here. Let's keep it simple. Should I keep it simple? Because the lighting, this is all being shadow. I think the lighting is going to go this way. Let's do this way. Let's do that way. All right. It's okay. The She-Wolf art. You're late, but welcome. I'll be here for another 45 minutes. I believe so too. PJ says, I think all artists need Instagram in this day and age. I actually agree with that. I do. So I'm going to go ahead and start inking away. Hi Roberto, how you doing, buddy? Hey Super Cool Squire, how you doing? What happened to my French curves? I don't know. They ran away. That's why my lines look like butt. You look like bum bum. I gotta keep it PG. Bum bum. Hi, your lines look like a big bum bum. Where do I look thinner? No, Grimjaw, I wish. I gained so much weight, dude. I fell off the wagon. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to lose about 15 pounds before my next time to draw taping, which will be in August. So hopefully you guys can help me keep accountable to that. But I fell off, and I fell off hard. So I've been eating clean the past ever since I got back from China, but nowhere near where I should be right now. If I stuck with it from when we talked about, you know, when I was doing those workouts, then I'd be okay. But my own fault. My own fault. My own fault. You seem to use Sharpie a lot. Do you happen to like the smell of Sharpies? I think I'm used to it now. Hey, Tony, how you doing, brother? Oh, thank you, my friend. He likes my commissions from, remind me of Carmine Fantino's work of Star Wars comics. Oh, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, those French curved gnomes, man. You're right, TFL. French curves gnomes. By the way, TFL, and again, for all of you guys who won prizes, they're in the envelope. Okay, your address is on them. I just need to seal the tubes and get them out. So those will be out. I'm gonna mail them out tomorrow. Okay, guaranteed. I will be mailing them out tomorrow. So hopefully, and it'll probably take a few weeks to get to you. So those of you who won those prizes from my giveaways, those are coming. Okay, I apologize for the delay, but they're on their way, guys. They're on their way. That rhymed. Hold on, I guess. Any sign of a sponsor of Sharpie? Not yet, my friend. Not yet. One day, I'll let them come to me. What's the Sharpie equivalent? What else can I use besides Sharpies? Ink. Maybe I should start using a brush. Gonna try to use the brush without spilling it. There you go. Thank you for your patience, my friend. It's really hard to draw when you have people in the chat. I was so slow. I feel you, PJ. I feel you. But to be honest with you guys, with having you guys here actually makes me a bit faster to be even though I'm talking. And the reason why is because I'm not off to do something else. The distraction, like I know you guys are watching, so I have to draw. So that's why for me personally, actually it makes me a tiny bit more efficient. Just a tiny bit. Just a little bit. A little bit more efficient. A little bit more efficient. What should you go for in art school for movie or to write in the U.S.? Are you talking about specific schools or the types of programs? Because I'm not. I am honestly not sure. I'm the wrong guy to ask that. There are lots of different film schools out there. Like so many different film schools, and you're going to be spending a ton of money at the same time. It's like though you will learn a lot. You will learn a lot, but you're going to be spending tons of money there, Elijah. So it's up to you. If you have the money, I wouldn't suggest it if you're going to go into a lot of debt, because especially things like film, like unless you really make it, it's tough to make that money back, man. It's really tough. Hold on, just running. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, thank you, Jim Joe. How you doing, buddy? Jim Joe. Nix, see, Nix is from Russia. There you go. Sometimes you take long, quiet pauses. Look like the screen froze. Sorry about that. Just responding to a dude, a really cool dude. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Hello. Let's see. Thank you, Vito. Thank you very much. Says I'm the best artist ever. That's not true, but thank you anyway. Ah, boy. Anthony's in Europe. There you go. Just curious. Have you seen the comics where Lobo's dressed in a buddy suit? I have not, actually. Hey, Robson. How you doing, buddy? My boy Robson's online here. How are those? You got a new deadline coming up? Okay, guys. So I'm going to be going for roughly around 30 minutes. An extra 30 minutes, guys. And then I will be back probably this afternoon. I'm hoping around 3 o'clock this afternoon if everything goes well. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, guys. 3 o'clock my time would be roughly around 3.5 hours from now. So 3.5 hours. Let's see here. Just covers, the 12 connecting covers. You know, Robson, when I hear something like that, I hear cha-ching. There you go. Have you planned on who you're going to do for your next most detailed drawing ever? You'd like to see Menasor. That'd be a fun one. I'm not sure. I might do, you know what I might do, actually? I might do Galactus. I'm really, I forgot who suggested that, but I was actually thinking of that before, and I'm like, you know what? That might not be a bad one. I might do Galactus. Because it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So, and it would be a nice change from all these Transformers that I'm doing, though. Menasor is a great one. Menasor would be a great one. Though I probably would do like something like Fortress Maximus or Omega Supreme first. Before Menasor. But I think I might try Galactus, just because. Just because. Oh. Oh, Robson. Is it for Power Rangers? If it's for Power Rangers, I'll be completely jealous of Robson. Hi, Rodson. Wants me to notice him. How you doing, Rodson? How you doing, my friend? Let's see here. Yeah, because, you know, because Galactus is gigantic, right? He's this huge entity. And I've seen some like of the gaming versions of him where, you know, there are all these little details. So it makes sense. It makes sense that he would have a lot of little details in his outfit. So that would probably be the next one. Though I probably won't get to that for a little bit. I want to get some more other little things, like get more fun challenges out of the way. Like, you know, as you guys know, I've been sitting on this cheap art supplies challenge for the longest time. I want to get that out of the way. So, how about the Dragon Zord? I've done, well, I did do a Dragon Zord, though not one that's, what's it called? Just on its own. Okay, so I haven't done that yet. So, we'll see. Again, as you guys know, at this point, I want to drop things that I haven't really drawn before. Or I haven't drawn in a long time. So, just to keep the interest up, you know. Just to keep it up. That's one good thing about drawing for yourself. You have that option of picking and choosing. Let's see here. Do you use Sharpies all the time? Are they not cheap enough? They're cheap. I use it all. That's why I use them all the time. Actually, in all honesty, the only reason I use the Sharpies is because I'm comfortable with them, more than the price. They are cheap. They're pretty cheap, but it's not really because of the price why I use them. It's more. Again, I've been using them for so long that it's more of an ease. Material. Let's see here. There you go. It says you have a message at Facebook and Instagram. I'll be honest with you guys. If you send me a message at Facebook and Instagram, is it my Facebook page? Like, especially if, like, I had a lot of people asking me about critiquing their art, and as you guys know, it's really hard for me to critique art on the fly like that, just because of timing issues. Like, if I remember what you sent, then I might be able to answer it on my live streams, but it's very rare that I will actually go ahead and critique your art, like, and actually message you back. So I do apologize for that, especially if you message me on Instagram. If you're not my friend, it's hard I even see it. Because you know how you get those message requests? I always forget to look at those. And I've missed great emails because of those, unfortunately. I missed great opportunities because I don't check those. But it's one of those type of deals. So please don't feel bad if I don't respond in a timely manner. Because just know it's not just you. Let's see. Begin McQueen. Is this a commission or part of a Transformers project? No, this is for me. I thought I had a Devastator commission, but that fell through. No worries at all. But this wasn't for that anyway. This is for me. I wanted to do this one. So see here. Fancy Man wants lunch but doesn't want to leave. Well, I'm only here for another 25 minutes, Fancy Man, so you are not gonna miss much if you go for lunch, so I do thank you for sticking with me though. You won't miss much. Won't miss much. But I know I love you. That was my attempt to. What's that guy's name with the mole? What's his name? I forgot his name. That singer with the mole. That's odd. I call him that. What's his name again? That's gonna bother me. Let's see here. A podcast about just critiquing art. Well, here's the problem with that. With a podcast, people can't see the art. So it's kind of hard to critique. Because people won't know what you're talking about, right? I'll probably do a podcast with common mistakes I see and keep it general. But again, showing somebody's art, that's only good for like a live video. Like for example, what we're doing now here, this is a good place for that. But hello, Darth Kwame. How you doing, my friend? Elijah says, me and Jazz are so good. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. When I'm traveling, how to keep them from getting wrecked? Are you talking about them? If you were talking about... Oh, that's how. I keep everything in portfolio cases. So that's pretty much how. They're pretty safe in the portfolio cases. So... what time is it now? It is 11:40 right now, so I'm only on for a few more minutes, guys, and then I have to go. I have some meetings downtown, and then I'll be back later this afternoon. We're going to try to finish this off. We're going to try to finish this off with you guys, so... and if any of you are going to TFCon on this weekend, I'd love to meet you, first of all. Love to meet you. And would love to meet you, first of all. And what's it called? Yeah, 1 second, my friends. Hold on, I have a call here. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, hold on. Turn my audio off for a second. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, take care, Mediocre PC Gaming. Take care, my friend. Peace. You know, this one might actually go faster than a lot of my most detailed drawings ever because it's not as detailed. It might be even to the point where I'm not going to even classify this as most detailed drawing ever. It's just me drawing Devastator. Trying to decipher my own lines here. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. Art of Curtis Shelton. My friend Curtis, how you doing? Do you do warm-ups before you start drawing a piece, or you just jump in? I should do warm-ups, but I'll be honest, I just usually jump in. Just usually do it. Because I'm usually excited to actually get going. Though there are lots of benefits to warming up, so not saying that's the way you should do it at all. If you like warming up, go ahead and warm up. That fast draw thing, that's actually a wonderful way to warm up. If you guys did a fast draw on your own, so just allot yourself an amount of time and just go for it. Great way to warm up. Let's see here. Please come to your homeland, the Philippines. One day, my friend. I'll be back. So, you know, I got a lot of friends in the Philippines. Last time I went was 2014. 2014 was the last time I was back. So we'll see one of these days. Maybe next year, if I do that Australia trip, you know, I might as well go to the Philippines. It's right there. So we'll see. Oh, I'm running out of battery in my phone. And I need my phone. I need my phone. Okay, guys, so I'm only here for another 15 minutes. If you guys have any other questions, please do let me know. I will have to leave shortly. Get ready to go. Let's see. Did I make up all this mech, or is this a part of the character? Like most of this is a part of the character. You know, I did add certain things here and there, Robson. It's just, you know, just trying to add everything, you know. Like certain lines, of course, aren't there. It's just stuff I make up, but for the most part, like the shell is pretty much what the character is, because, you know, we want it to feel like the actual character. Naturally. But of course, you know, you take liberties where you can, just to make things fun. So. You know, I'm seeing a lot of my Transformers buddies this weekend. They're all going to be at TFCon this weekend, and like I mentioned before, you know, I asked them on Twitter, like, hey, let's go for dinner. But then we all know we're all going to be inundated with commissions all weekend, right? So, because a lot of those guys, like Andrew Griffith, I met him at Cyber City Con last year. He's a great guy. Was that Casey I met last year? Was that Casey or Andrew? Don't tell him I said that. Right? Either way, we've never had dinner before, so you know, I said, hey, let's at least have dinner. But I know a lot of these guys, we're gonna have these, especially those guys, like they're more popular Transformers artists than me, so they're gonna have tons of commissions. Like I know my buddy Alex. Alex, he usually has like at least 20 commissions that he does pre-con. He usually has 20. He's really popular. And then during the con, he's gonna have more, right? So it all depends. Like, you know, we're there to make a bit of coin, right? So we'll see if I'm able to have dinner with these guys. Like the only one who probably will be available for dinner is John Barber, because he's the only one who doesn't do commissions during these type of things. Yeah. So we'll see. If so, I'm gonna try to film it. If we get together for dinner, I'll try to film it. And you could show you guys. But I told him, well, let's go rent a room. We'll go have pizza. Go have a pizza in the room. Just draw. Let's see. Hi from Ireland, Jerry. How you doing? I'm not sure what Kai's asked, but there you go. Big and McQueen has us. How much is a commission? It depends on the artist. Every artist is different. I think all of us, we all charge roughly around the same thing. So, like I don't do color. I don't do the Copics. A lot of those guys, they do the Copic markers with their commissions. For me, I usually charge $50 for a headshot, $80 for a half body, 9x12, and 11x17 full bodies around $150. I think Robson charges more than I do, but he's worth it. But he's also from the UK, so that's standard. Do I make up my own artwork? Are you talking about characters? Like, again, I am working on my own IP right now. That sounds funny if you're 4. IP. So yeah, I am working on something right now. For me. Your commissions are poo. I don't think so, Robson. I don't think so at all. Oh, Big and McQueen would like one from me. Okay, okay, buddy. Just message me on my Facebook page. Okay. Or email me, boxofficeartist@gmail.com. You could email me there. I'll let you know right now. My wife's the one who usually handles the commission side. So yeah. Okay. So just message me there. I am starting to do commissions where I mail them out. So yeah, if you guys are interested, absolutely. IP means intellectual property, Darth Kwame. So, and short for my own characters, my own, my own ideas. That's what I'm referring to there. So, might be getting commissioned for your birthday. There you go. Okay, take care, Robson. Good luck with that 12 gatefold cover, man. Would love to see it. And again, man, I'm gonna hit you back up for that podcast thing, or even an interview on my channel, man. I think people could learn a lot from your experience, dude. So. Time is it now? Okay, I only got about 10 minutes anyway, guys. So if you guys have any other questions, now would be a good time to ask your questions. Ask your questions. I tell you, I wish my inking was as clean as you know, guys like Richard Friend. If you guys haven't seen Richard Friend's YouTube channel, he's got a pretty cool YouTube channel, and he's inked my stuff before. When he was working for, I think he still works for DC, right? He's got a pretty killer YouTube channel. You guys should check that out. But there's a guy I should collab with one of these days. So again, guys, this whole process here, I'm just adding blacks to everything. I'm still gonna go in here and then add a little more detail on top of here. So we'll see here. Take care, Corrupted. Take care. What's the YouTube channel called? Which one? Richard Friend? Okay, Richard Friend, I guess. Good night, Tony. Good night, Tony. Thanks again, brother. Now, I know for sure Tony finished the 31-day challenge, so I can't wait to ink his stuff. His stuff is pretty awesome. Bye, Tony. Let's see here. Keeman's doing the 100-day challenge. There you go. Did I get the Star Wars piece signed? No, I didn't. No, I didn't, buddy. Vegan McQueen, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you. Okay, PJ, good night. Good night. Okay, Tony, good night. Good night, my friend. Okay, I only got 5 minutes, guys. I only got 5 minutes. So, how long does it take you to? Super Square asks, how long does it take you to finish a drawing? Depends what it is. Really depends. A drawing could take anywhere from. I've done drawings within like actual finished drawings, so we're not talking about those fast draws here. Anywhere from I'd say an hour. I've done commissions in an hour, sometimes less. But something like this, we are looking. I'm thinking this will take probably between the 10 and 15 hour range. I'm thinking. So. And actually looking at it right now, dudes, there's a lot here I want to add more to and add little details and stuff too. Like all of this here, a lot of stuff I want to add in here, but we'll see. See, on your IP, can you give a little insight on what it's about? Nope. Let's just say it's in the. I don't even know. Yeah, I guess you can. It is in the sci-fi realm. Let's just say that. Which, come on, of course, it's going to be in the sci-fi realm. But it's also, let's say, sci-fi fantasy realm. That's the most I'm gonna give you guys. Okay, sci-fi fantasy. So don't expect like a gritty crime thriller or something like that. Or actually, I don't know. Let's see here. Hi, Gene. How you doing? Let's see here. What have I seen Spider-Man: Homecoming? I have not yet. No. What can I not draw? A lot of things I can't. Like I get, I could. It depends on what you mean by draw. It means like there are things I draw better than others. There are things I could definitely draw better than others. So it's a kind of tough question to answer because like there are a lot of things I think need improving. See, I don't even want to touch this side until I get the T-square or the I keep calling it T-square. T-square is a completely different tool, guys. My French curve. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, Curtis. I'm not sure. Oh, thank you very much, Biggin. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Keep working. Willie's gonna be back after hockey practice and all that. Okay, so guys, you know what? Since a lot of you guys are going, I might as well take my leave as well for today. Not for today. I should be back later this afternoon. We're gonna work a lot more on this guy. Here, as you can tell, nowhere near done. Even here, I'm still going to throw a lot of detail into here. So a lot of work to do for this. And I didn't even start the bottom part yet. So So we will get going, but I want to thank everyone who joined in on today's stream so far. So again, I will be back later this afternoon to try to finish this. Again, I'm trying to finish this for TFCon. If I could get this finished and colored by tomorrow morning, great chance I could actually get prints of this guy done for the con, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I really have to leave now, guys, so thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day. For some of you guys, it's late, so good night to you. For some of you, it's morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever that is. Whatever you're doing today, I hope you have a good one. Thank you guys for joining in. Please come back when you can. Please continue to follow me and all that jazz. And, yeah, high five, everyone. High five here. High five here and high five here. And hopefully we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.